Disclaimer: this video is an imagination written by author's perspective. It has nothing to do with real life. It's only for entertainment purpose. I own the storyline and narration. So please don't copy and repost my work. Thank you. It's 8 a.m. in the morning and you are late for your office. You are feeding food to your mom, but she's not eating the food. You didn't even have your breakfast. Vian, Mom, please eat it. I'm late for my office. You said with teary eyes because you are late and your company's manager will shout on you for coming late, but your mom is not understanding. Mom, but I don't want to eat this tasteless soup and vegetable salad. I hate it. She said, and you grazed her shoulder. Vian, but mom, you have to eat it to recover soon. Vian, and you also have to take your medicines after eating your food, so finish it. You said and started feeding her, and she started eating with a pout. Actually, your mom is suffering from a heart disease, and you find out about this 6 months ago. You dropped your studies and dreams in between and joined a company and started working there. But still, you can't afford her medicines and good treatment. You also applied for loan, but they rejected because of your past records, and now you are so stressed about this. You have to manage all the expenses by yourself, like house rent, maintenance, food, clothes, medicines, treatment, and many more. But you don't earn enough to pay all the expenses. You have debt, but you don't have a single penny to pay them. But you never told anything about this to your mom because you don't want to give her tension because this can affect her heart. Then you write her all day schedule on a paper and give it to her. Vian, mom, take care of yourself and don't forget to take your medicines and drink your juice, okay? She nodded and you smiled. Vian, okay, I'm going now. Bye. Mom, but Vian, eat your breakfast. Vian, no, mom, I'm getting late. Bye. You wear your shoes and grabbed everything and then quickly left the house. And your mom smiled painfully after looking at you. Mom, I'm proud of you, my brave daughter. Time skip. You reach the office and you are 20 minutes late. You are feeling scared now. And when you entered inside, you saw a man coming towards the exit and he accidentally hit your shoulder. Can't you see? He said coldly, and then he was about to left, but your board stopped him. Van, excuse me, mister. You are the one who hit me. But why were you standing in my way? And you didn't even say sorry for that. Van, you should be sorry. You both were looking in each other's eyes angrily. Just then his bodyguard came towards him and whispered something in his ear, and he nodded. Then he left from there while looking at you angrily, and he also left for your cabin. But just then company's manager come there and stopped you. Manager, Van, you are late. Van, I know ma'am, and I'm really sorry. Manager, and what's the reason of coming late? She asked, and then you got an idea to blame that cold man. Van, actually, a man just hit my shoulder. Van, and then he started blaming me for no reason, and we had an argument. That's why I became late. I'm sorry. Manager, who bumped into you? Confused. Van, I don't know him. He was looking so angry, and he was wearing a black suit. He just left with a guard. You described him, and her eyes became widened. She understood everything, manager. Why you started argument with him? Do you know that he's the next CEO? He's Jeon Jungkook, son of Mr. Jeon. Van, so what? If he's son of Mr. Jeon, he really needs to learn some manners. Look at Mr. John and then look at that cold Jungkook, Hugh said angrily. Ryan, Mr. John should teach him how to behave. But, anyways, he was looking like a so who can change him and teach him? Manager also nodded. You don't know that someone was hearing your conversation from far and that someone is Mr. John. He also agreed with your words. Then he left from there with teary eyes. Mr. John come in office and started thinking that you are the first girl who see his son's bad side. Otherwise every girl ignore his bad side and fall for his looks and money. Mr. John wants to give his position to his son, but before that he wants to find a suitable girl for him and wants to see him married, but he find no one for him. Every girl is crazy for him, but he wants a girl for him who can change him completely, who can make him responsible for this position and can understand him and love him. And today he saw that side in you. He is feeling that you can change his spoiled son. You were his favorite employee because you were so responsible and hardworking. He know that how you take every responsibility of your house. He know that you are the only one who is earning money and running your house with your hard work. So he wants you to marry his son and change him. Now Mr. John is old and he is also suffering from asthma. So he can't continue as CEO. So he wants to change Jungkook as soon as possible. He is trying to change him from his teenage, but he never listened to him. Jungkook always stay with his friends and he is a gangster and Mr. John don't like this all. And Mr. John also accept his fault that Jungkook is like this because of him. Because Jungkook lost his mom in an accident and Mr. John never pay attention to him because of his business. Mr. John focused on his business and didn't give time to his son. Jungkook was so lonely and then he meet his friends and then they spoiled him. But for Jungkook, they are the best. Because they helped him when no one was with him. That's why he thinks that they are right and good persons. But in reality, they are just making his life worst. Then he called his manager and asked him about you in detail. Manager, sir, she is nice girl, as you know, but she always comes late. But she has reason behind this. Mr. John, what reason? Confused. Manager, actually, sir, she didn't told this to anyone that her mom is suffering from a heart disease and she has to take care of her. Manager, her friend told me all this when I was shouting on her for coming late. She told me that Van is the only one who is earning and she also has to take care of her mom. Mr. John, tell me more about her. Then manager called your friend and asked everything about you from her. At first she didn't tell them anything, but then they said that they want to help you, that's why they are asking. Then she told everything about you, like about your financial condition, your debt, and your mom's disease. Mr. John, so sad to hear. Go and send wine in my cabin. Manager nodded and left from there, and Mr. John is thinking about a plan. Time skip. You knocked the door and Mr. John said, come in. Then you entered inside and bowed. Wine, sir, you called me. Mr. John nodded. Mr. John, look, Wine, I'll be straight. I want you to marry my son Jeon Jungkook. He said without twisting it, and your eyes became widened. Wine, what? No, I'll never marry a person like him. Never. You said angrily, and Mr. John smiled. Mr. John, I want you to change him. Wine, but why will I do that? Look, sir, I only come here to do my job, so please don't expect anything from me. You said, and you were about to left, but his next sentence stopped you. Mr. John, your mom is suffering from a heart disease, right? And you need huge amount for her treatment. Your eyes became widened, and your eyes also became teary. Ryan, who told you this? You asked while shuddering. Mr. John, why don't we make a deal? You have to marry my son, and I'll help you with your mom's treatment, and I'll also pay your debt. To be continued. Thanks for watching.